What a perler of a day. I was saying to you just before we came on air here that the last 2 days, Scotty, I would say are the most perfect days of weather we've had in KZN, I would say, this entire year. It's very, very rare to have glassy conditions like this that last from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. So B.Lopes up and riding on his first wave. Oh, really throws the tail at that last one. Controls the slider, the board very well and into a third maneuver.
SI set rolling in here. B.Lopes looks like he locked one in at the start of this, so he will have the last priority. And this is M.Giorgi, your surfer out of Uruguay, just getting a little caught up there. Decides to stick with this one, so his wave really does start now. Look at how clean that is. And that's a better turn. Nice clean conditions as this wave runs down the bank, and a lovely drop wallet. So that start a little bit sleepy for him, out of a bit of rhythm.
A bigger wave here for M.Giorgi. Gets a little hung up on the section before the first turn and stuck behind, but gets to work now, getting a bit of speed and rail action as he comes through to the inside, bangs a turn.
To find that rhythm and readjust on that wave. And up behind him, B.Lopes, the Brazilian. This will be his second ride. He's already got a 5.83 as you can see on screen. And he's got two turns under his belt. We'll see what we can't pick up if there's anything before that one. So B.Lopes making his intentions clear.
Up and riding now, and we also see B.Lopes. So 2 turns there for Bino, Freeze Bay and Eastern Cape area at the moment, with a lot of people tuning in for Matthew McGillivray's heat. So welcome everybody from the Eastern Cape tuning in for Matthew's heat as we see up and riding M.Giorgi.
And of course the Uruguayans from South America there as well. They'll be cheering for M.Giorgi. Nice compact. So 2 South American competitors getting very busy early. We'll leave it in the judges' hands, but a 5.83 already to B.Lopes.
I'm going to say a lot of action here coming through. Up and riding, this is M.Giorgi's second wave. So he paddled out and he got this one pretty much on the paddle. Paddled back out, and as we see up and riding, live action from Matthew McGillivray.
Yeah,
wow, so much action, Scotty.
Absolutely.
Hard to keep up, yeah.
Matty McGillivray perhaps getting a little confused, thinking it's the monster zigzag expression session, because that's the sort of stuff we see from him. We're loving that reckless abandon. He too is just going to go, you know what, under priority, I'm just going to keep busy. So let's see if he can make good on this one. Sweeps around the section. Nice little fin ditch to start. Opens up the shoulders. Just a little rail confusion there. A little float to start then. So the judges will be critical of that. These are the best surfers in the world. They know what they're capable of. They will be, of course, not taking points off him, but certainly holding back because of that little error there. First turn, a good one. But yeah, amazing conditions here. And again, we just keep laughing. This is winter here, because we're in, of course, the Southern Hemisphere. As we said, big paddle from Matty McGillivray. Well, he's going to try and get a little bit better. A 4.2 for his last. You can see what he's going to do here. His intentions are clear. And big apologies go out to that wave there for the destroying effort for that end section. And that's a better finish and completion for Matty McGillivray. 4.2 still nonetheless for his first one.
I'm really impressed with your surfing out there. I mean, you had a pretty stacked heat, and you seem to have a completely different strategy to the rest of the guys out there. No patience, you just got on with it and were really busy from the start. Surfing out there in power, and I think a lot of South Africans will be really enthusiastically watching you through the rest of the event, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jared. Hopefully I can pull a good result out the bag and make them proud.
Amazing. Davey, all the best. We'll see you in the later rounds of competition.
Him and his filmer and coach advisor Andrew sitting very wide on the beach, in the dunes in fact, hiding away in preparation for that heat. And as Davey said, he had a good eye, knew what to do there. Davey sat in the dunes there for a good hour before the heat, away from everybody, and definitely paying off there for Davey.
Let's have a look at it again now.
Coming off the bottom there, W.Cardoso. Look at that power turn to start it off. This guy is a very powerful surfer. Whacks it into the inside section. So much power. Look at the size of that guy.
Words here as I try and just digest what I just saw from W.Cardoso. If we think M.Giorgi and Matt McGillivray smashed it, wow, W.Cardoso going crazy. We'll pick all those replays up, folks, and bring them to you. This is local boy Matt McGillivray. A little rock and roll float. I love that little flow and climb varial at the end there. Of course, we are talking
about the tall guys or the short guys?
We are talking about Paul Canning, of course, one of our fellow commentators here, as we see M.Giorgi just getting us realigned here in the booth. He's looking for a 6.44 to get himself into that first. Real lateral wave, this one, covering a lot of distance. Not sure if that was a bit of a claim or of a bit of a I wish I could have done better there. He's looking to ditch a 5.83.
The rotation he went for on his first wave reminds me a lot of the type of manoeuvres that he practices over and over and over at home.
B.Lopes, he's your first place surfer in this one. He's looking to ditch a low 6-point ride and just increase that requirement a little bit. So third manoeuvre there, searing top turn. You can see he likes it. Combination of manoeuvres. If we could put a little knock on it, maybe a little similar, the turns there. Not much variety, but still able to flow between those turns quite effortlessly and finish that one off.
And when I get a chance to get onto the surface deck a little bit later, I'd be interested to see what he's riding as we see a replay of B.Lopes. That second turn was a nice critical in the pocket, followed that up with a third one. After his second turn, I thought he almost got hung up in the foam.
Well, you better get off Facebook at home and get down here to the contest site. You're kind of mad if you're not already here. Speaking of mad, M.Giorgi, he wants to go mad on this one. Looking down the line, looks for something big. Lovely little fin jam here. Wants to go third manoeuvre in a little lip line float, kind of mistimed under the lip there. 0.7 with his last one. And Kung Fu Panda now, just his second one of the day, second ride. We pumped up his face work, and he's making us look super silly and showing I've got the aerial game as well.
Went over if you relate to coping, yeah.
All right, here is the weight of this South African Shore's shoulders on this man. M.McGillivray tracking down the line. Will he go to the air? And yes, he does. Listening to Mike through, he gets enough rotation and pop. Talk us through it again, Mike. Let's have a look at that.
So he takes off. It's a medium-sized wave for today. Look at that. Opens the shoulders up, as you said. Nice to see the tail go out. Goes into the big front-side air.
And W.Cardoso, well, he's not going to sit and wait. He's going to take our advice this time. But that wave just petering out on him. So back to M.McGillivray, looking for a 6.96. You be the judge at home. Did he get it, folks? I'll come back to that. Let's look at this one first, though, Mike.
Right, so this is Matthew during the recap. So a little check turn. His first turn not as strong as that previous wave we saw of him, and he's kind of check turns for me, trying to still find where the juice is and the speed on that wave.
Mines have obviously said, look, just marginally better. And so B.Lopes, this is our heat leader here, looking to stave off the rest of the field and throws caution to the wind there. And what that does, that opens up priority, as I see you pointing to that on the screen as we see a bit of a paddle off screen. Again, this was obviously a split peak, so W.Cardoso must have got one down the beach.
Yeah, so W.Cardoso off the top, just 2 turns on there.
M.Giorgi now, 5.88. Bated breath will be held in the Eastern Cape. Will he get it here? Looking for that 5.88. Traverse down the line, you know he's looking for something big. The one manoeuvre, he too goes to the air, the big grab, the rotation, and gets the kitty to ride out of that one and says to the judges, was that one better than 5.88? What do you think of that one? And he is pumped.
It's first wave, but it was a second banker. He was in fourth, so this whole heat could change us, Scotty. W.Cardoso had a wave, then this one, just the one manoeuvre, but it was an enormous aerial. Look at this. Huge height. Had a grab in there as well. Lands backwards on the wave, controls our whitewater and rides it out. Fire there from our surfing green M.Giorgi.
We're going to stick with it. 8.17. The question was asked of the panel, and no surprise, M.Giorgi going up into first position there. So our 2 South American competitors taking that one out. Wow.